All right, so I think everyone listening is super interested in Spanish pronunciation and how all the subtle variations can really impact how you learn the language.
Absolutely.
And we've got some incredible research and articles here
Wonderful.
to help us kind of unpack it all. You ready?
I'm ready to dive in. You know, it's important to remember that Spanish, like so many languages, isn't monolithic, right?
Right.
It's evolved into this rich tapestry of accents and dialects.
Yes.
Each with its own unique charm and history.
Yeah, I'm ready to untangle that tapestry.
Okay.
And I'm eager to learn more about how to navigate this linguistic landscape, especially as someone learning the language. All this diversity can be a bit overwhelming at times.
Yeah.
Where do I even begin?
Well, the good news is you don't have to learn every single accent or dialect out there.
Okay.
The beauty of language learning is that you can really tailor it to your specific goals and interests.
Okay, that's reassuring. But how do I even know where to focus my efforts?
One of the most effective strategies is to train your ear. Think of it like learning to appreciate different genres of music.
Okay.
At first, you might only be familiar with pop music.
Yeah.
But as you expose yourself to classical, jazz, rock, and other genres, your ear becomes more attuned to the nuances of each style.
Okay.
The same principle applies to language learning.
So are we talking about actively listening to Spanish spoken in different accents and dialects?
Exactly. And luckily, we live in a time where resources abound.
That's true.
You can find podcasts, audiobooks, movies, TV shows, even YouTube channels, all featuring a wide array of Spanish accents. Make it a habit to just sample different sources.
Okay.
Pay attention to the rhythm, intonation, and pronunciation.
It's like creating a mental sound map of the Spanish-speaking world.
It is.
I imagine each region having its own distinct sonic fingerprint.
Precisely. And as you explore different dialects, you'll start to notice patterns and identify the unique features of each one. For example, you'll realize that Caribbean Spanish tends to be faster and more melodic, with a tendency to drop final sounds.
Interesting.
And Indian Spanish, on the other hand, might sound slower and more deliberate, with a greater emphasis on the lila sound.
It's fascinating how geography and history can shape the way a language sounds.
It is.
But this makes me wonder, how important is it to focus on listening comprehension early on in the learning process?
It's crucial. Learning a language is not just about being able to speak it perfectly,
Right.
but about being able to understand and communicate with others.
Right.
And that means being able to decipher different accents and dialects.
Yeah.
Think of it as unlocking different levels of fluency.
So by training my ear and exposing myself to a variety of Spanish dialects,
Yes.
I'm essentially laying the groundwork for smoother communication down the road.
Exactly. You're building a foundation that will allow you to adapt to different speaking styles and connect with a wider range of people.
Okay, I'm starting to see the value in this. So we're training our ears and we're starting to notice these patterns.
Right.
What's the next step?
Well, as you become more familiar with different pronunciations, you can start incorporating them into your own speech.
Okay.
Now, I'm not suggesting you try to become a chameleon and perfectly mimic every accent you hear.
Yeah, that would be exhausting and probably a bit strange.
Exactly. It's not about putting on a performance,
Right.
but about subtly adapting your pronunciation to reflect the dialect you're engaging with.
Okay.
For example, if you're interacting with someone from Argentina, you might try incorporating the sha sound for and ye.
Right.
Or if you're talking to someone from Spain, you might pay more attention to distinguishing between the sha and the sounds.
So it's about finding a balance between respecting the nuances of different dialects
Yes,
and developing my own personal speaking style.
precisely. Think of it like adding spices to a dish.
Okay.
A pinch of cumin here, a dash of paprika there.
Yeah.
And suddenly your Spanish has a whole new dimension of flavor and aroma.
Now you're making me crave tacos.
I know, right?
But back to Spanish, I think another challenge for learners is vocabulary.
Yeah.
We've talked about how the same word can have different meanings in different dialects. How do you navigate that minefield?
Context is key. Pay attention to the situation, the speaker's tone, and the surrounding words.
Okay.
Often, you can infer the meaning from the context.
Right.
And don't be afraid to ask for clarification if you're unsure.
Yeah.
Most Spanish speakers are happy to explain regionalisms or slang terms.
So it's like becoming a language detective, using clues to decipher the hidden meanings.
Exactly. And as you encounter these regional variations, make a note of them.
Okay.
Create flashcards, keep a journal, or use a language learning app to track new words and phrases.
Yeah.
The more you expose yourself to these differences, the more comfortable you'll become using them and understanding their nuances.
So we're training our ears, we're experimenting with pronunciation.
Right.
And we're building our dialect-specific vocabulary.
Yes.
What else can learners do to embrace this linguistic diversity?
One of the most rewarding aspects of language learning is connecting with people from different cultures.
Oh, for sure.
Seek out opportunities to interact with native Spanish speakers from various regions.
Okay.
Join language exchange groups, attend cultural events, or even travel to Spanish-speaking countries. There's no better way to learn a language than by immersing yourself in the culture and the people who speak it.
It makes perfect sense. It's like learning to dance. You can read all the books and watch all the videos you want, but the real learning happens when you get on the dance floor and move with a partner.
Exactly. And just like dancing, learning a language is an ongoing journey.
Yeah.
There will be moments of frustration, confusion, and even embarrassment.
Oh,
But with perseverance, curiosity, and a willingness to embrace the unexpected,
right.
you'll find yourself becoming more and more fluent in the beautiful tapestry of Spanish language and culture.
So we've got a roadmap for navigating this linguistic landscape. Train your ear, experiment with pronunciation, build a dialect-specific vocabulary, and most importantly, connect with people from different cultures. It sounds like a recipe for language learning success.
And remember, the goal is not to achieve perfection,
Right.
but to enjoy the journey,
Yeah.
embrace the diversity, celebrate the nuances, and have fun exploring the richness of Spanish in all its forms.
This has been incredibly insightful. I feel like my understanding of Spanish has expanded exponentially just by diving into these pronunciation differences.
Fantastic.
And I'm excited to keep exploring the world of dialects.
That's great to hear. And as you continue your language learning journey, remember that each dialect, each accent, is a valuable thread in the vibrant tapestry of the Spanish language.
Yeah.
By embracing this diversity, you're not just learning a language.
Right.
You're connecting with a world of cultures and experiences.
What specific resources would you recommend for learners who want to really delve into specific dialects?
I'm ready to give everyone listening some tools so they can dive deeper into particular dialects.
Absolutely. It's great to have that targeted approach.
Yeah.
One of the most authoritative sources is the Real Academia Española, or RAE.
Okay.
Their website has a really comprehensive dictionary that includes regional variations.
Okay.
You can look up a word and see how it's spelled and pronounced in different countries,
Oh, wow.
which is incredibly helpful.
So that's like having a direct line to the official guardians of the Spanish language.
It is. What a great starting point. But I'm guessing there are also some less formal, maybe even more fun resources out there for getting a feel for real-world Spanish.
You're right, there are tons. For a truly immersive experience, I recommend exploring Spanish language podcasts from different regions.
Oh, yeah?
There are podcasts on every topic imaginable, from news and current events to comedy and storytelling.
Podcasts are perfect for picking up those subtle pronunciation nuances and even slang terms you might not find in a textbook.
Exactly.
It's like eavesdropping on natural conversations.
Yeah.
What about resources that offer more visual learning?
YouTube is a goldmine for that.
Oh, yeah.
There are countless channels created by native Spanish speakers from all over the world.
Right.
You can find everything from language lessons and cultural insights to vlogs and cooking shows.
Wow.
You'll even find people sharing their personal experiences with different dialects and accents.
It's like taking a virtual trip through the Spanish-speaking world.
It is.
I'm picturing myself learning to make paella with a Spanish grandmother, or practicing tango with a group of Argentinians in Buenos Aires.
See, learning a language opens up so many possibilities.
Yes, it does.
And speaking of cultural immersion, don't underestimate the power of music. Listening to Spanish music from different regions is a fantastic way to train your ear, expand your vocabulary, and even learn about the history and traditions of a particular place.
Music is a universal language.
It is.
But when it comes to Spanish, I'm guessing different regions have their own musical styles that reflect those unique dialects and cultures.
Absolutely. From the passionate flamenco of Spain to the vibrant salsa of the Caribbean to the melancholic tango of Argentina,
Wow.
each genre offers a glimpse into the soul of a region.
Yeah.
Pay attention to the lyrics, the instruments, the rhythms, and you'll start to hear those linguistic and cultural connections.
This has been an incredible journey. We started by unraveling the complexities of Spanish pronunciation, and now we've given everyone listening so many resources to further their exploration.
It is a lot.
I think the biggest takeaway for anyone learning Spanish is that embracing these differences is what makes the journey so rewarding.
You said it perfectly. It's not about striving for some unattainable standard of perfection.
Right.
It's about celebrating the diversity, the quirks,
Yeah.
the unique beauty of each dialect.
To wrap things up, I want to encourage everyone listening to be adventurous.
Yeah.
Experiment, make mistakes. Don't be afraid to dive headfirst into the richness of the Spanish language.
I agree.
Each stumble, each new discovery is a step closer to fluency and a deeper understanding of the cultures that bring this language to life.
I couldn't agree more. And remember, the Spanish-speaking world is vast and diverse. Don't limit yourself to just one accent or dialect.
Yeah.
Explore them all. Each one offers a unique perspective and a chance to connect with the heart and soul of a culture.
Beautifully said. So until our next deep dive, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep embracing the incredible diversity of the Spanish language.
I like that.
Hasta la próxima.